first, let me begin by saying, how delighted we are to have you on board on our campus. Extremely happy to have this gathering of all of you at Wipro. Okay, coming on to what are the big programs that we run on the social programs. We, of course, have a very large program in education, which has really three components to it. A school education program, then something called Mission 10X, which works with engineering colleges, and Earthian. Earthian is both school and college education. That's why we've kept it separately. Wipro Cares is our community care program. It's a not-for-profit trust, works with proximate communities on education and healthcare. And we also have a program on digital inclusion, where we try to work and see how some of the leading edge technology applications can find place in, say, primary healthcare. A little bit of why we work so much in so much in education, and what is the reason. The context of Indian education, without going through the details, is at least two big factors. One is that of scale, and the other is that of diversity. So if you look at how the scale's tilt, there have been many, many positives on school education. Access and enrollment, for example, is a really positive picture. But then there are many issues on the quality of education that happens, and as well also in the disparity, starting right from literacy, where there's a disparity between male and female literacy, to quality of education. And that's the reason why the issues of school education at a systemic level are demand attention which is of a different kind. It demands attention that is long-term, that is systemic, that is holistic, and so on. We work through our partners, a network of about 30 partners. Cumulatively over the last 10, 12 years plus, we've reached out to nearly 1 million children, 10,500 educators across 2,000 schools. These are the areas that we work on: social science, maths and science, ecology and education, and something called affect. Disclosures mean a lot to us. We publish a sustainability report, but we also do other disclosures. All our reports have been rated A+ till now. These are some of the recognitions. For example, we've been a 5-time member of the Dow Jones Sustainability Index. We have been ranked number 1 in the Climate Disclosure Leadership Index in India. We are ranked in the world's most ethical companies 3 times in a row, and all of that. Our long experience with education, and then more recently with ecology, which we started in 2007, made us realize that many of the problems of sustainable development are a result of our inadequate and inappropriate education system which starts at school. That was the genesis for us to start Earthian, a long-term intervention that seeks to make sustainability axiomatic to education. How is this program structured? In the first phase, running for about 4 to 5 months, schools and colleges participate in a very intense learning exercise. Schools, for example, do a very extensive footprinting of water of the school. They also measure water quality. They also, in addition to this, they write an essay, which is both the practical and the abstract, which tests their writing skills and their ability to think at higher levels of abstraction. Colleges, from this year onwards, also are expected to do a carbon and energy and water footprinting of the campus. And then they write an essay on something which is very unfamiliar to them. This year it was 4 readings that were chosen: The Tragedy of the Commons, Energy, Ethics and Civilization by Václav Smil, The Circular Economy, and an article on deep ecology, really an interview with its founding father, Dr. Arnie Mace. After this first phase, we work with a smaller group of schools and colleges called the Continuing Engagement Program. Every year we choose 10 schools and 10 colleges to work with on this. And in this Continuing Engagement Program, we tried different modes of engagement of how to embed sustainability into education. Here, let me say that our schools program has probably taken off and is on a more sure footing. But for colleges, one of the very interesting things that we have started is a summer internship program, where students from the colleges come and intern with our sustainability partners. So on. It's a completely different experience as told by them. Everybody of them have told they've loved it, and it has been an eye-opener for them. So those are some thoughts. We think that understanding sustainability has at least 3 dimensions: the cognitive, the aesthetic, and the ethical. It requires the blending together of the intellect, a sensibility, and a sensitivity. So if we were to summarize what is sustainability education, it is about new ways of seeing. Proust said that the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. So sustainability education is about really giving a set of new eyes to everybody, and it's the why it is critical is something that I think is not lost on any of us in this room. The world finds itself at an inflection point where, depending on what we do, will determine whether status quo, decline, or flourishing is going to happen.